Okay, so let's start now with number 1. So for number 1, expand and simplify the expression 5x squared minus 4x plus 2 minus 2x squared plus 1. Now, please observe that 2x squared plus 1 is inside a a pair of brackets. Okay.
So that means you have to multiply it.
To simplify this, we need to remove the bracket first, right? So what did we do here? So to answer this, just bring down 5x squared minus 4x plus 2. And then what happens to 2x squared plus 1? So we distribute this negative sign to both of them, right? So it gives us negative 2x squared minus, minus 1. Sorry, okay? Is that clear? And then we don't have any more brackets, so we can simplify them by combining like terms. So 5x squared and negative 2x squared is equal to what? 3x squared. And then does 4x or negative 4x has a pair? Does it have a pair? This one?
No.
No, right? So we just bring down negative 4x. And then, of course, we have positive 2 and minus 1. So our final answer is plus 1. Okay. So this is our answer. So we have 3x squared minus 4x plus 1. Do you have any questions? Did we get the same answer?
Yeah, I got this answer.
All right.
Mister,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I said 3x squared minus 4x plus 3. I don't know where I got the 3 from.
Plus 3, because I think you see this negative sign outside the bracket. When you distribute
Yes,
this,
I might put
yeah.
plus 3.
Yeah, it should be negative 1. It should be negative 1 because negative times positive is a negative, right?
Mister?
I think this is your mistake there. I think you put positive 1 or plus 1 instead of minus 1. Okay, so no question for number 1, right?
Jojo,
Yes.
I have a question.
What is your question about?
What if we give the meaning, what's the difference between expand and simplify? The meaning, like difference between.
All right, so expand means, you remember the distributive properties that we had discussed before? Now, if there's a number here, let's say we have 2 here. If you have 2 here, this is expanding. Okay, when you distribute, it's expanding. Okay, and now when we simplify, we combine like terms, just like what we did here with 5x and negative 2x squared. So we simplify that by combining like terms. So that's the main difference between the two. Okay, now, okay, let's proceed with number 2. So what's your answer for number 2? Anyone? What did you put?
7x, and then bracket negative x plus 2, and then a bracket.
Yeah, okay, correct. That's it. Okay.
What?
So this is equal to, okay, observe class. Okay, observe your question, right? So both of the terms, okay, have 7 and 14, right? Which both are divisible by 7, right? So they are divisible by 7, right? And then both of the terms also have x, okay? But which one are we supposed to use, x squared or x? Okay, so take note, for this kind of situation, you're supposed to use the one with the lowest. Remember, lowest index. Okay, so in this case, we are going to use x, not x squared. Okay, so that's it. This is your factor for this expression. So what do we do next? So negative 7 times 7 is a negative 1. Okay, but then we still have x squared. So x squared divided by x gives you what? X. So that's why it's negative x. And then 14x divided by 7x is?
2.
Okay, plus 2. So that's it. Okay. Now, if you factored out negative 7x, it's also okay. Okay, it's just that the signs inside your bracket will change, of course. Okay, so it now becomes x minus 2. Now they're both correct. Okay. If you answer this, it's
If
correct.
you
If you
okay, so if you use negative, alright.
yeah. So yeah, but they're both correct because class, if you answer this, you will get the same answer as as the question, right? That's the difference between factoring and expanding. Okay, now let's have number 3. Okay, number 3 is a bit tricky. Okay, number 3, the sum of 2x squared plus 6x plus 2 and 5x minus 8 is subtracted from 7x squared minus 6x minus 1, which is equal to what? Okay, so what do we do first? We add 2x squared and 5x minus 8. So let's have that here. Okay, so let me just write it here at the bottom. Okay, so number 3, okay, the sum of 2x squared plus 6x plus 2, and then plus 5x minus 8. Okay, so I have added them. Okay, so this is the sum, right? So what's your answer here? Anyone? So 2x squared doesn't have,
I wasn't sure about that.
so this is
2x
2x
squared
squared,
plus 11x
all right,
minus
plus
6.
11x
X minus
minus
6.
6,
Minus
right?
6.
So
Yep.
again, 6x and 5x gives you 11x. And then 2 and negative 8 gives you a negative 6. Okay? So this is the sum of the two. Now, the question is, this is subtracted from 7x squared minus 6x minus 1. So I'm going to write something again. So this is subtracted from. From means it's behind 7x squared minus 6x. So I'm going to write, 7x squared minus 6x minus 1. And then subtracted from, that means minus 2x squared plus 11x minus 6. All right, so did you guys follow this part here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, again, it's subtracted
Wait, let me
from, the word
copy it.
from. Okay, from. Okay, from, that's why it's after the first expression, okay? So what's your answer here now? So how do we simplify this? Now, again, we have brackets, right? So we need to remove the brackets first. So bring down 7x squared minus 6x minus 1, and then we distribute this negative sign inside, okay, the terms inside the brackets. So 2x squared becomes minus 2x squared, 11x becomes minus 11x, and then negative 6 becomes what? Positive 6, okay? Because negative times negative 6 is positive 6. So, and then, what is our final answer now? Hmm? What is our final answer? So we have 7x squared and negative 2x squared gives us what?
Uh,
What?
5x squared
Yeah,
plus
correct. 5,
5x. I don't know. I'm confused.
why 5x? Hannah, I think this one, you see 11x here. Now, this one is subtraction, right? This,
I
right?
gotta, I
So
gotta
when you
make.
yeah, so when you distribute this, negative times positive is equal to a negative, right? And then negative times a positive again makes it a negative 11x,
Yeah,
right? And then a negative times a negative 6
it's plus.
gives you a positive 6,
Yeah.
right? All right, so let's simplify them now. So we get 5x squared from 7x and minus 2x squared. How about negative 6x and negative 11? So what do we get? We
Plus.
get negative 17x,
Wait, what? Wait, is it a
right?
plus or
Yeah, you add, but the sign is still negative, right?
or
And then we have negative 1 and positive 6. So that gives you what?
make
Plus,
it plus
what? Plus what?
plus.
Plus 5. That's it. So this is your answer for number 3. Okay. Last, please be
Um,
careful with the signs. Okay.
yeah, because instead of getting positive like +5, I did -5. I don't even know how I got that, but I always
This one, you got -5 here.
yeah, the 5x
Mm,
squared negative
mm,
15x.
yeah. Be careful with your signs, okay? Again, negative times positive is negative again, and then negative times a negative is a positive. Okay. Class, just a tip. Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe you should. Now, if you're confused with signs, because you're allowed to use your calculators, right? Maybe you can just use your calculators if you're unsure with those kind of questions. Okay. But I suggest you should master this concept class because yeah, as Sec 2 students, you're supposed to, be expert on this positive negatives. Okay. So again, your answer is 5x squared minus 17x plus 5. And that's for number 3. Okay. So do you have any question? Now, class, I will share this later, but you still need to send a photo of your paper later also.
Okay.
But I'll send this file to the group later. Okay. And then, okay, so let's have number 4, 5, and 6. I'll give you guys probably 5 to 10 minutes again for number 4, 5, and 6. Okay, number 4, there are x minus 5y pieces of identical pens in the box. Now, each pen is worth 2x plus 3y dollars. Find the total cost of all pens in expanded form. So, class, what are you supposed to do with number 4?
Multiply?
Yes, correct. You have to multiply, just that, right? It's just written in a situation, but it's the same concept that we have learned before. Okay. How about number 5? Number 5 is a little tricky. Okay. A rectangle has a length of 2x plus 1 centimeters. Find its breadth if its perimeter is 4x squared centimeters. Okay. If you need to draw a rectangle, it's totally fine. Some of you are, of course, visual learners. Even me, I tend to draw a rectangle just to see it clearly, especially for geometry questions. And as well as number 6, the length of each side of the square is 5x plus 2. What is the area in expanded form? Okay, so please answer 4, 5, and 6. So another 10 minutes. I'm going to discuss this at around 12:10. Okay, 12:10. Now, if you have any questions about 4, 5, 6, please raise them anytime. Okay, if you're confused with something.
What if I multiply x with 2x? Will that become 3 or will that become 3x or 2x squared?
What do you mean? X times 2x?
Yeah.
It becomes 2x squared, right?
Hmm.
Yes, because it's multiplication. No question? All right. So I'll discuss number 4 at 12:05. Okay. So guys, have you finished number 4? Sector?
Yeah.
Yeah. Question 5.
Okay, question 5. Now, question 5 is the trickiest among the 3 questions here.
Wait, number 6 is not?
No, it's not. Because what's the formula for getting the area of a square?
I forgot.
Ah.
I forgot how to get the area of.
What's the formula for getting the area of a square?
Wait, area.
X is equal to what? S?
Side. Wait, is that side or?
Uh, yeah. Side times side. Just that. So what do you need to do with 5x plus 2? If it's side times side.
You
So,
times them together?
yeah, 5x plus 2 times 5x plus 2 again. Just that. Actually, class, these 3 questions are similar to one another. Okay. Number 5, of course, it's a little bit, there's a little bit of a, step you need to do before you get the final answer. Again, perimeter of a rectangle, what's the formula? E is equal to twice the length plus twice the breadth, right?
Yeah, so, but the perimeter is already there on number 5. We need to find the breadth.
So how do you get the breadth? Okay, so I think I can do number 4 now since I think all of you guys are done with number 4. So class number 4, there are x minus 5y pieces of pens in the box. Each pen is worth 2x plus 3y. So find the total cost of all pens in expanded form. So we just basically need to multiply x minus 5y and 2x plus 3y. And then that's it. That's for number 4. Okay, so let's discuss number 4. So for number 4, we have x minus 5y times 2x plus 3y. Okay, so what do we need to do? We just need to
Times,
multiply
yeah,
this
with 2.
with this. So it gives us what? So this is equal to x times 2x plus 3y. And then we have negative 5y. So negative 5y times 2x plus 3y. And then we just distribute and then simplify. So how do we distribute this? So equals, so x times 2x gives us 2x squared. Okay, and then x times 3y gives you 3xy. Okay, class, again, you write that in alphabetical order, okay? Not 3yx, it should be 3xy. And then, okay, minus, so negative 5y times 2x gives you negative 10xy. And then negative 5 times 3y gives you negative 15y squared. Okay, so what's the final answer here? So the final answer is 2x squared. And then since 3 and negative 10xy are similar, because both of them has xy, so we can combine these two. So that gives us 3 minus 10 is negative 7xy, and then minus 15y squared. So is this your answer, class, for number 4? Sec 2, is this your answer?
Well, I answered 2x squared minus 15y, but then I didn't put the 7xy and the square.
Mr. Jojo,
Yes.
my answer was negative 15y square plus 2x square minus 7xy. So I just change it.
Okay, yeah, that's still
Is
correct. Okay.
that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
Mister, I have a question. It's not really related, But like, is it possible to do something like 12x minus 2 divided by 2? Is that possible?
12x
12x
squared,
minus 2 divided by 2.
12x,
No, just 12x itself.
oh, divided by 2,
Divided
this one.
by 2.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, it's 6x.
12x minus 2 divided by 2.
Ah, okay. So 12x minus 2 divided by 2. Yes, you can answer that. So again, 12x minus
Yeah.
divided by 2. So you factor out 2 first. So you factor out 2 here. So because 12 and 2 are divisible by 2, right? So 2, and then it becomes 6x minus 1. And then divided by 2, right? And then you cancel this because they're divisible by 2. So your answer is 6x minus 1.
1. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay. That's your answer. Okay. Right. So that's number 4. Okay. Class, again, please be careful with your signs. Okay. So negative 5y times 2x is negative 10xy. Okay. And I combined this. I got negative 7xy from 3 minus 10xy. Okay. Okay. So your answer is this. Okay. Okay. Let's have number 5. Now, number 5 is the rectangle question, right? Number 5, a rectangle has a length of 2x plus 1 centimeters. Find its breadth if its perimeter is 4x squared centimeters. Look at number 5. If you want to draw, it's fine to draw. Okay, it won't take much of your time. Okay, now if you want to draw, okay, let's try to draw a rectangle here. Okay, should look like this, right? Now, again, the length is 2x plus 1. Okay, and then the breadth we don't know, right? It says here that the perimeter is equal to 4x squared, right? And again, for this question class, we are going to use the perimeter formula for rectangle. So that is equal to P equals twice the length plus twice the breadth. So that's your formula there. Now we just need to substitute this in place of this, okay? So if the perimeter is 4x squared, so P here becomes 4x squared, right? Then equals 2 times, what is the length? The length is this, right? So it is 2 times 2x plus 1. Are you guys following? Sec 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then plus 2b. Now we don't have b, right? Because this is what we're trying to look for. What's the value of b? So what should we do here now? We're given this question now, this equation. So first you need to do is to, of course,
Explain.
remove the brackets, right? So we just bring down 4x squared equals, so this is now 4x plus 2. Question with this? Okay, it becomes 4x plus 2, right? So this times this equals 4x. And then 2 times 1 is 2. And then plus 2b. Now, if we're looking for 2b, that means we should put everything on the other side of the equal sign except for 2b. So that's what I'm going to do now. So 4x squared minus 4x minus 2 equals 2b. So do you have any question? So this 4x and 2, they went over the equal sign. So we transpose them. So from positive, it becomes negative. And then from positive to, if it crosses the equal sign, it becomes a negative 2. So you got that, class? We follow that
Yeah.
one? Okay, now look at 2b. So what we're looking for, only b, right? So what should we do with 2? How do we get rid of 2? We divide this by 2. And then we also divide everything here by 2. So this one. So b is equal to, so 4x squared divided by 2. Okay, you can do that. So 4x squared divided by 2 is 2x squared. And the negative 4x divided by 2 is minus 2x. And then, of course, negative 2 divided by 2 is minus 1. So this is your answer. This is the value of B. Do you have any question, class, for number 5?
No.
No?
Only
Okay.
thing I got similar to the answer is -1. That's all. The rest are like wrong.
Okay, which part are we different? Hmm.
I'm not actually sure what I did wrong, but it's just I think it's just
So
because one number is wrong, so it
yeah.
made the whole thing.
Mhm. Okay. Class, you need to recall some of your area and perimeter formulas, okay? You need to recall them, okay? Anyway, I will send this file again in our group so you get a second look at the workings and of course the video as well, okay? So that's number 5, okay? All right, so let's have number 6. Number 6, the length of each side of the square is 5x plus 2. What is its area in expanded form? So the length or the side, let me write number 6 first. So number 6, the question is the side of the square is equal to 5x plus 2 centimeters, right? So the question here is what is the area, right? So the area of a square is equal to s times s. Is that or s squared? Okay, so what's your answer here? So we need to multiply 5x plus 2 and 5x plus 2 again. Okay, so what do we get, class? So we simplify, we expand this 5x times this. That gives us 5x times 5x plus 2. And then plus 2 here. So plus 2 times, again, 5x plus 2. And then we expand, we distribute. So 5x times 5x is basically 25x squared. 5x times 2 gives you 10x. And then 2 times 5x is again 10x. And then 2 times 2 is basically 4. And then let's simplify. So we can only simplify 10x and 10x because everything else has no pair. So our final answer is 25x squared plus 20x plus 4. So this is your answer for number 6. Did we get the same answer for number 6? Yes. Check 2.
Uh,
Can you throw up the number 4 and 5? I want a screenshot.
All right. I'll send this file now. But if you want to take a screenshot, it's okay also. It's just that it's small. Okay. Okay. So class, do you have any question with number 4, 5, and 6? Okay. Now, class, don't be confused with this kind of questions. It's just that they're written in a situation instead of just giving out the questions right away. Now, I know that you can do this. I have seen you do this kind of questions. Okay. And then for number 5 and 6, you just need to recall your perimeter and area formulas. Okay. Again, for number 5, it's this question here. And then for number 6, again, you have done this 5x plus 2 times 5x plus 2. Again, class, in my observation, please be careful with your signs, okay? Those negatives and positives. Okay. So that's 4, 5, and 6. What time is it? It's 12:17. It's almost that. Okay. Anyway, I think we won't be able to finish this. Okay. So, uh, okay. So let's have number 7.
I got this.
All right. Number 7. I think number 8 is. I think you can do number 8. We have done number 8 last Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday. Okay. We had the similar question in your book. You remember the advanced question? Similar to this. Okay, it's that one. And then this one, you remember how to factorize this? Okay.
Yeah.
If you have 3 here, you need to 3x and then x, and then this is -6 and maybe 1, then -5. So let's have number 7 and number 9 because those are two different questions. Okay. Let's have number 7 and number 9. Okay. And then if we still have time, let's have number 8 and 10. Okay. All right. But then, class, again, if you need some extra classes for your tests on Tuesday, I'm available tomorrow. Just tell me the time, and then on Monday also after school. If you want me to discuss this thing again with you, okay, it's okay. Let's do number 7 and 9. Okay. Now for number 7, a car travels with an average speed of 7x minus 2 kilometers per hour. Find the distance that it travels after x plus 1 hours in expanded form. Now class, have you studied the distance, speed, and time formula?
Yes, like in physics.
All right. Yeah, in physics. All right.
Yeah, and like P6, I think.
Oh yeah,
Physics.
sir.
So what's the formula?
Sir,
You remember that? You remember the triangle?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I remember.
This one.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
need to, you have this, and you have this. What's the letters inside?
D, S, and T.
D, S, and T. Right? Okay. Right. So that's for number 7, right? Okay. Now start doing number 7. So again, a car travels with an average speed of 7x minus 2. That's the speed. And we should find the distance if it travels after x plus 1 hours. So what should you do? What's the formula there if you're finding for the distance? So D,
Speed times time. If you're looking for
speed
distance.
times time, right? So
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do? So you just need to multiply speed and
Time.
yeah. Okay, so do it now. Let's do it in 2 minutes. We can do it. I think we can finish 7 and 9. Okay, now class, we are applying what we have learned in chapter 3 to other areas of mathematics. Before, we had a little bit of geometry, perimeter and area. Now we have distance, speed, and time question. Okay.
Jojo,
Yes.
question. For
What?
the topical test, how many minutes should we do like the answers?
How many questions?
How many minutes?
Oh, 50 minutes.
50?
Yes.
Okay, 50 minutes.
Mm.
How many questions?
Uh, I think 15 questions. Wait, let me double check again, okay? I think 15 questions. 10 multiple choice, and then 5 structured questions.
Oh, nice, nice.
Okay. Okay, so let's have number 7. Are you guys done with number 7? So what is the distance? So what is the speed, by the way? The speed is 7x
X.
minus 2, right? And what is the time there? What is the time? It's x plus 1, right? So we just need to multiply these two. So again, it's 7x times x plus 1. So that gives 7x times x plus 1. And then minus 2 times x plus 1. So this is minus 2 times x plus 1. So be careful with your signs. So that's equal to 7x squared plus 7x. Okay, so this times this is 7x squared. 7x times 1 is 7x. All right, so let's have negative 2 times x. So what do we get?
Sir,
This
wait,
is
wait.
negative
Oh, yeah.
2x, right? And then negative 2 times 1 is basically negative 2. Now, let's simplify this. So our final answer will be 7x squared. And then combining this, what do we get? So we get plus 5x and then minus 2. So this is the distance covered by the car. It's 7x squared plus 5x minus 2. Okay. You have any question, class, for number 7?
Will the question be like a little bit easy for this one, for this type of question in number 7?
Oh, it's similar with this. Okay, I cannot tell if it's too easy or too hard. This is it's similar with this. Okay, so this is number 7. Okay, class, again, you know how to multiply this, right? 7x minus 2 times x plus 1. It's just that before you get to this, you need to recall your distance, speed, and time formula.
I
Okay.
still remember it somehow.
Yeah, and then you know how to multiply this. So yeah, I think you won't have any problem with number 7. Okay. Now, how about number 9? Now, number 9 is totally different. Now, last number 9, I took number 9. I mean, I didn't say took. Fine. Because I usually see number 9 question in MYE and FYE, right? So I took number 9, and it's a tricky question, right? Now let's have number 9. This is our last one for today. So the factored form of 0.6n plus 5.8 mn minus 14 m squared n can be written in the form of 0.2 or negative 0.2 n, am plus 3, and bm minus 1. Find the value of a and b. So you need to find a and b. So what are you supposed to do with this kind of questions? Hmm? Okay, class, this is the question, and the answer is already this. Okay, now if you have observed this, it just factored out 0.2 n outside the brackets. This is your clue, class. Okay,
Mm.
negative 0.2 n. Because look, if you have observed, this is outside the two brackets. If you remember this question again from yesterday, from letter D, you see this. Okay, you have this. Sorry, you have this 2 here outside. Okay, so you have this 2 here outside. That's why you need to pull out 2. Now from this question here, class, it's already given. So we need just to uh, divide 0.6 by negative 0.2. 5.8 divided by negative 0.2 n. And then negative 14 m squared n divided by 0.2 n. So let's have number 9. Okay, number 9. Okay, so the question again is 0.6 n plus 5.8 mn minus 14 m squared n. So it says there that it's divisible by 0.2 n. So let's factor out 0.2 n. So we need to divide each of this with negative 0.2 n. So what do we get when we divide 0.6 divided by negative 0.2? Okay, so we get, class, we get negative 3, okay, from here. Okay, so this divided by this, you'll get negative 3. Is that clear? Use your calculators. Okay, and then next is 5.8 mn divided by negative 0.2 n. So we have 5.8 divided by negative 0.2. So you get negative 29 m. You have any question, class, with this? Okay, so n is no more. Only m is left, right? And how about negative 14 m squared n divided by negative 0.2 n? So you type it in your calculator, negative 14 divided by negative 0.2. Okay, so it's a positive 70 m squared. Okay, you got that one, class? So again, n is no more, so it's just 70 m squared. So again, negative 14 divided by negative 0.2 gives you 70. So class, we now have this. So what are we supposed to do with this? You remember from yesterday? Okay, so this is negative 0.2n. Then what are we supposed to do here? We're supposed to do guess and check, right? Okay, so let's have guess and check here. So what are the factors of negative 3?
1 and negative 3.
Yeah, 1 and negative 3, or can be 3 and negative 1. Okay, how about 70? There's a lot, right? So let me, okay, so it's a positive 70, so it can be 35 times 2, okay, or maybe negative 35 and negative 2. And then it can be also, let's say 7 times 10 or negative 7 times 10. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this first, okay, for my selection. Okay, so for my answer here, let's do some guess and check. Okay, let's guess and check. So let's have, I'll use this one, class. Okay, I'll use 3 and then negative 1. And then for my other pair, I'm going to use, let's use the first pair. So this is, oh, by the way, this is 35m. I forgot to write m. Okay, yeah. So that is plus 35m and then plus 2m. So what do we do next? How do we check? Now, this, when we perform this, their sum should be equal to negative 29, right? From yesterday. Okay, so let's have this. So negative 35 times 1 is negative 35m. And then 3 times 2 is what? 6. Okay, 6m. So what is the difference between negative 35 and, oh yeah, we're correct. So this is negative 29m, which is similar with this. Okay, this is similar with our middle term. Again, if it's similar, that means our answer is correct. So what is our final answer here for number 9? So for number 9, our final answer is negative 0.2n and then 3. All right, what's the, okay, the format of the question is this. So am plus 3 and bm minus 1. So let me, okay, so let me put 35m in front. Okay, 35m plus 3 and then 2m minus 1. Because class, again, the question is that, okay, this one. So am plus 3, bm minus 1. So this is, okay, wait. We're almost done, class. Let me just finish this one. Okay. So let me put it here. Okay. Now the question is, it also that the format is this. Okay. So the format is negative 0.2n, and then this is am plus 3, and then bm minus 1. So the question here is, what is the value of a and b? So what is a and b, class? What is a? So a is this, right? So this is a, 35. A is 35. How about b? B is 2. So that's your answer, class. So a is 35. B is 2. That's for number 9. Okay, so I think